Okay. I don't think we got this far last week. So all my classes are all at the same spot now, so we're good. We want to be, I know we stalled big time last time, it's alright. Dilations and the coordinate plane. To find the coordinates of an image after a dilation is centered at the origin, multiply xy by each point by the scale factor of the dilation r. So we call the scale factor r in this case. The equation, what you see here, is b multiplied, so we're going to get r right here. This is multiplied by r. Multiplied by r. Okay. Now, what we want to be able to see here is we got to be able to determine two things. Before we kind of continue, I want you guys to write this down as well. What we see here is we got to look at these transformations as the following. It is a reduction. It is a reduction if your r value is between 0 and 1. Not equal to, it cannot be 0 or 1, but can be between them. Give me numbers between 0 and 1. 0.9. What else? 0.5. 0.8. 1/2. 3/4. 0.65. 0.52. Whatever number that becomes a half or is between those numbers, we're okay. It is considered a reduction. We're reducing it. We're reducing the size. If the value is greater than 1, because we don't talk about anything less than 1. If r is greater than 1, it's considered an enlargement. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1.1 is greater than 1. 1.2, 1.3, 3.14. Okay? Anything bigger than that, we always consider it being a positive value, therefore it's an enlargement. So we want to be able to classify these as enlargement or reducing. And then what we want to be able to see here is how they apply for each one of these. Looking at the dilation of a half, is that a reduction or an enlargement? The reduction. In this case, the reduction happens to be a half because it happens to be reducing. Oh, it's Monday. Reducing a reduction because it's between 0 and 1. That's the first indicator you're always going to be asked. Yes, you will have a quiz on Friday. Yes, it is rally day, so yes, you will have a quiz on Friday. Yes, I know. True story. Huh? Yeah, sorry. You gotta do it though. You gotta do it. Okay. Now, what do you want to be able to do is the following. What we're going to apply here is we're going to apply this dilation to each one of our points. What do you think these figures are going to make? Triangle. 3 points, 3 sides. Triangle. Now, in this case that we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and multiply everything by 1/2. We're going to multiply each one of these parts by 1/2. So that's our first one here. We're going to multiply 1/2 by this one as well. We're going to multiply our pre-image points by 1/2. This is going to help us determine the dilation of our image. If we apply that, let me kind of write this out. Let me see. E is going to be 1/2 times -4, and then 1/2 times 3. This will give us E prime. No, you don't. I'm just showing extra steps. What is this going to give me? What's half of -4? -2. What's half of 3? 1.5. This is going to be my pre-image. Out of all the transformations, this is probably the easiest one to figure out your points from, because all you're really doing is multiplying the numbers together. Okay? That's all you got to really do. If we do the next one, Let's look at, what is that, f? F prime is going to be 1/2 times what? Times -2. And 1/2 times what? Let's find our points for this. What's 1/2 of -2? -1. What's 1/2 of 5? 2.5. Is this easy or hard? Easy. Our last one, G prime, is going to be multiplied 1/2 by what? 0? Is that 0?
Yes.
0. 1/2 times 4. What is half of 0? Trick question. There is nothing. You can't get a half from 0. 1/2 of 4. These are our new points. The dilation that's figured for us for our image is going to be the following points. Cool beans? Too small? I know, but I got to save some plants. Gotta save some plants, man. I mean, I can let you guys just take notes. Do you guys just like taking notes? I can let you guys do that. No? But I don't mind. I can give you guys graph paper for this. You guys shouldn't be sharing answers, guys. Hello? Hello? You shouldn't be sharing answers, homie. Right? Yeah. You're taking the test. I'm watching you. Come on now. Better than that. Dilation of 2 is a what? Enlargement or reduction? Enlargement. Now, all we're going to be doing is applying these two multiplied by 2. So we're going to multiply all these by 2. I'm hoping we can figure that out. What's my point A prime going to be? Multiply all of our points by 2. 0. What about B? -2, 2. C. D. 2, 4. 2, -2. You're right. Easy or hard? Easy. The transformations of these ones are different than the ones that you guys have seen before, because the way that you've done transformations is sliding and transferring. So the numbers are not always going to be the same thing, but you're multiplying these numbers together. So it's going to be very simple and straightforward. Can't get any more worse than that. What if you didn't know how to multiply? What if you didn't know 1/2 and 5? What can you do? Use a calculator. Always have a calculator to use. Use a calculator. Find the decimal representation of it. It's also acceptable. Okay? Here we go. Let's look at the next type of problems. Here we go. On each graph, one figure's dilation of the other. Find the scale factor of each dilation, classify as an enlargement or as a reduction. So I'm going to give you guys probably stuff to write in here, so give me a break here. The first thing we want to be able to determine is reduction or enlargement. My seat? You can sit on my seat. What is it going to be? Is this a enlargement or reduction? Why do we know that? So we're going to go from A to A prime. This is also large to small. It's a reduction. So we're going to put that in our problem. Reduction. That is the reduction. Okay. Second thing. is we're going to go ahead and say this. We're going to place lines through each letter. Using the center of dilation. Using the center of dilation. In the context of our problem here, we're going to go ahead and just say that the origin is the center of our dilation, and it will be. I'm going to draw a line through all my points. Through A is here. This is here. Let me make it darker. Does it help us if it's a little bit darker? So, boom. Boom. This is the way that we're going to reduce and enlarge the figure when we're given it. If I'm asking you to graph it, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to probably do that tomorrow. The next step. Choose a point that is good. And it is super out of text. And here's what I'm going to say. Intersecting whole numbers. Here's what I mean by that. Look at our values here. Okay? We got to try to choose two pairs of letters. It doesn't matter which pair. Okay? Our A's to A primes, B's to B primes, or C's to C primes. But we want to be able to see here. Why would A be a good point to use? Why is A really not a good point to use? They're on halves. Could we use them? Yeah. We could use them, okay, but they're not, sometimes we might mess those up. We have 2.5 and a half, 1.5. Halves are usually tricky for people to use. What about C? Would C be a good point to use? Do we care about slope? Just choose 2 points that are on whole numbers. These are 2. This is at 3, 0. This is at 5, 0. This is also acceptable. What about our other point? Is B good to use? It's a good 2 intersecting points, 3, 3, and 5, 5. So choose good points to use so that you can use whole numbers and not have to worry about reducing that much. What points do you want me to use, B or C? Heard C. Here's for C. Let's write down our pre-image, and it's important that we write this down because people are getting confused. What's my pre-image point? What is the pre-image? Is it C or C prime? C. So what would it be? 5, 0. Let's write out the image part. There's going to be C prime, which will be at what? 3, 0. Okay. We wrote out our 2. And yes, I'm showing a lot more work than I need to because I want to just try to help you guys get this. The 4th step. Find scale factor. To find the scale factor will always be the following. Pre-image over, or hold on, image over pre-image. Sorry. Let me redo this. Image over pre-image. This is going to be your key thing to use today, tomorrow. So let's go ahead and put this in context. Let's find out what the pre-image is. Now, it doesn't matter which point you use. Let's say we use our x points. The scale factor is going to be the image. What's my image point? 3. What is my image point or my pre-image point? So what's my scale factor? 3/5. Could we use the other pair? Yeah, but the scale factor for this is obsolete because you cannot have a scale factor of 0. Not possible. So you're always going to be given a value, a positive value for this. Your scale factor will always be positive. Does that make sense? Yeah? It's a lot of work just to show enlargement 3/5. But it should be easy now. Let's try this next one. Do me a favor, try this one out. Here we go. Try it out. Here we go. Is it an enlargement or reduction? Enlargement. We are going from blue, in this case B, to B prime. So going to small to big gives me an enlargement. I want to be able to show how these are all related, and using my center of dilation, I'm going to draw points through all these points. I'm going to kind of show us how these are all done. Now, what 2 points did you guys use? What are points that are not good to use? How about that? What points do we really don't want to use? D or C. There are half points in there. Could we use them? Yes. Any point you use is going to work it out. But just try to find better ones. Okay? What point do we... I'm going to use A. You know, I'm not going to ask you guys. We're going to use A. What is my pre-image point for A? Pre-image for A is -1, 2. What about my image for A prime? -2, 4.
Do we have to do the lines?
Yes, it's going to be important for us in a little bit. Yeah, you're going to want to see why. You're going to want to see why. That's going to come up next. Looking at our scale factor is what? Pre-image over image or image over pre-image? Image over pre-image. So what is, let's choose a point. Let's choose our x's. What is my image point? What is my pre-image? So what is going to be my dilation? 2. 2/1 or just... You could have also used the other ones. It would have given you 4/2, which is just 2. Same scale factor between each one of those. Make sense? Cool beans? Yeah? Okay. So this is what we're going to be doing. Next one. Graph the image using the given transformation. We're going to change this transformation up just so it's a little bit nicer for us to draw. So we're going to change this dilation up to, we're going to change that number to 2. A dilation of 2, just to kind of give us better numbers so you're not freaking out over the halves. Yes, I can potentially give you. Yes, you will see one tomorrow as well. I can. So I want you guys to get used to halves and decimals. So absolutely. This is just practice to finish up because it's a little bit easier. We have like 4 or 5 minutes left of class. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you guys to do is enlargement / reduction. Determine what it is. In this case, what is it? Enlargement. Second thing is we're going to draw lines through pre-image points using center of dilation. This is going to do this to us. Our center of dilation is always going to be at the center, so I'm going to draw lines through them. Going through G, going through F, going through H. This is going to help us scale it. Yes. Yes. Oh, do these ones have to? Not necessarily. You're just going to draw through. If they were off the line, we just draw through the line. There's no equation that you need to find, just draw them through the line. The third thing, find all points. In this case, pre-image. What is my pre-image points of G? 0, 3, thank you, said no one. We're going to get 3, 0. My last one was going to be what? H is going to be what? -2, -2. We found our points. The fourth step is apply dilation to find image points. Can we do that? What's going to be my image points of my dilation if I'm using 2? We're going to multiply by our R equal to 2. R equal to 2. R is equal to 2. What's H going to be? H prime going to be? -4, -4. What about G prime? 0, comma F prime. 6, 0, right?
Yeah.
Last thing would be to plot and connect. Plot and connect gives me the following. Plotting these at -4, 4 gives me my H prime. G is going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. G prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be F prime. If we connect these, we are going to get our image. This is going to give me my image as it follows. Is that definitely an enlargement?
Yes.
Does it definitely work out?
Yes.
Bing, bada, boom.